Hey everybody, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be June's morning TNC. Hopefully everybody had a great new moon. If you follow the tropical configuration, your new moon was in Cancer. If you follow the sidereal configuration, your new moon was in Gemini. Anyone who follows my channel knows that I did a new moon reading using the tropical configuration. And I'm not going to get all crazy into it, but if you know what that, if you don't know what that means, so there's two different ways of reading astrology, actually three different ways of reading astrology, but two of the most popular ones is the tropical configuration, which is based on where the stars were around 080, and the sidereal system is based on the current positions of the constellation, right? So mostly everybody follows the sidereal configuration for their readings and stuff like that. But the one thing that's weird to me is that when it comes to picking our astrological symbols, we still adhere to the tropical configuration. But yet when we do our readings, we tend to go with the sidereal. So to me, that's just a little weird. I was trying to kind of, mix it up a little bit and stick with the tropical configuration because I feel if we're still following that to pick our astrological signs at birth, then maybe there's a little bit more something in it, right? So I might continue reading tropical configurations, seeing that there's not a whole heck of a lot of people out there that do it. Or I might slip into the sidereal like everybody else does. I'll show you really fast on my phone. My phone looks wavy, but it's just interference. It actually doesn't look like that in person. But I wanted to show everybody if I can find it. Like you can Google all of this and find it all yourself. But let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, so here it is. Okay, right here. So we all still follow the tropical dates, right? When we're born to have our astrological signs. So my birthday is March 1st. I'm a Pisces, right? If I'm following the tropical configuration, which everybody does for that specific thing, right? So I'm a Pisces. I've always been told I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces, true and blue, all the way through, right? Now, if we follow the sidereal configuration that everybody uses to do their readings, all of our astrological symbols would be different. According to this, I'm now an Aquarius, not a Pisces. So that's kind of just to kind of clarify any of that. If anyone was confused on any of that, that's kind of what it's about, right? So we follow it for our birth symbol, the tropical configuration for our birth symbol, but yet we don't follow it when it comes to the readings. And I just think that's a little strange. So, like I said, I'll figure out what I'm doing. I'll either stick with the tropical configurations because it's something different, right? And it's coming from an old source, or maybe I'll slip into the sidereal and do what everybody else does. I'll make that decision later. If I haven't said it yet, please excuse my nails. They are in desperate need to be cleaned up and polish put on. Haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, so you'll have to ignore my messy fingernails. All right, so June was kind of a quiet month for me. It started out really busy, with teaching and a whole bunch of stuff, and then it got quiet, and then it got busy, and now we're kind of in a quiet, like a little bit of a quiet period, but it's about to get busy. Um, it's been really up and down, which is really strange. It's been extremely inconsistent. Whereas last summer, like it was extremely busy, extremely consistent. It was like very steady throughout the entire summer, going into the fall and even into the winter. So it's a little strange right now. Things are a little quiet right now, which is weird, but whatever. I'll figure it out. It's actually kind of nice to have a little bit of a quiet break, to tell you the truth, because it does get so crazy. And I do this all alone. So sometimes it can become a little overwhelming for me sometimes. All right, let's look at crystals. All right, so none of these crystals are new to me, but they kind of jumped out and wanted to be shown or talked about a little bit. I don't think I I brought crystals in for like soot and salt and all of that stuff, but I don't think I brought crystals in personally for myself. I've really slowed down on my crystal purchasing. I have a lot and I don't really require anymore. Once again, I'm at that point in my collection where I'm only picking very specific pieces. Um, I'm kind of moving on some that maybe aren't as high quality as I would like. So those are kind of getting moved on a little bit here and there. But it is what it is. Let's check out. So this one right here was screaming at me this morning. So this is my amazing, amazing, amazing honey calcite sphere full of a whole bunch of deliciousness. It's big. I can't remember its exact MMs, but it doesn't play games, this one. It's very heavy. This will do some serious damage. I like that it's like one side's light and one side's really, really dark. So like I said, this is a honey calcite. It is so beautiful. This is one of probably my favorite pieces. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. I love it. I don't sit and spend time with it as much as I probably should, but I have it in a spot where I see it every day and I stare at it every day and I love it. It is so beautiful. See that nice dark band going the opposite direction right here? Yeah. This is a spectacular piece. I haven't used it for divination. Like I haven't used it for scrying. That came out weird. Scrying, however you want to say it. I haven't used it for divination purposes. I don't know why. Just haven't. Oh, there's a huge rainbow right here, and I don't know if it's even going to pick up. This thing's full of rainbows. Million, trillion, gajillion tons of rainbows. Um, I don't know. We'll see. The crystal ball thing gets a little weird for me. I fall really deep, and it can be a little creepy to me sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, sorry, I'm just moving some stuff. Sometimes it just gets a little too intense for me. So I have to be in the mood to do crystal ball work. It's a little, like I said, a little intense for me. Oh, I gotta put that down. That weighs so much. It's insane. Whew. All right, let's move on. Then I have this little one that wanted to come out, and you probably saw this in one of my recent videos. This is Rainforest Jasper carved Hamsha. Hamsha. I say Hamsha. It's beautiful. Very grounding, very earthy. Just really, really neat. I have carvings, not a whole heck of a lot, mostly skulls, but I do have some beautiful carvings. I really liked this one being what it is and the shape that it is and everything like that. I think it's beautiful. It's carved good, it's shaped good. Yeah. So it sits actually with the crystal ball, and that's why I think I brought this out too, because I was very drawn to both of them today. So I brought out that one, and then this one here is my specularite. And look at that. So specularite is a form of hematite. So that's the polished side. This is the unpolished side. Like, look at that, eh? And it just says the name of it, and it's from the Marquis Iron District, right? So this isn't so easy to find. This is kind of on the rarer side. It's Um, when I saw it, I grabbed it. I actually saw a piece and I didn't have tons of money to be spending, so I skipped it. And I regretted it huge because then I didn't see any of this for months, almost a year. And then all of a sudden I saw it again and I was like, I am grabbing it. And I grabbed this piece. There was 3 pieces with this. I grabbed this one. This one was the biggest one because I was like, shit, like I'm not going to lose my opportunity to have it again, right? So I grabbed it. Now, I am so glad I did because I look at it every day. It is so beautiful. There's so much movement in this piece with the sparkles. It's such a great piece. And even the back of it, like, I can't even get over the back of it. Like, isn't it beautiful? I'm really glad that I grabbed this piece because I've only seen it one other time since. This was one of the forms that I wanted my hematite in. The other I'm still looking for, I want like the ones that look like bubbles. I think I'll boidle. I still want a boidle hematite, but I haven't found one yet. So we'll wait and we'll see. There, we'll put that down as a decoration. Beautiful. All right. Now, with crystals out of the way, I didn't bring in any tools. I don't have any brand new tools. I'm just working with what I have. Um, I've been spending a lot of time with the stuff that I already have. I don't need anything more, so I haven't brought in anything more. Pendulums are usually kind of like a weakness for me. I usually always grab a pendulum or two here or there, try them out, see if I like them. If they work for me, I keep them. If I don't, I move them on. But I didn't really grab any pendulums this time around. No new tools other than just tarot. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you. So these are the decks that I brought in for June. Let's start with the ones first. First of all, okay, let's start here. These are my 2 decks. These are my June decks. If you saw my summer picks, these are the ones I've been working with. I've been working with them all month. I absolutely love them together. Let's take a quick little flip. I'm sure everybody has these or owns these, so you know this isn't going to be a new thing for most. But like, I love the pink, right? Like, how cool is that? Let me shuffle them really fast. Just wake them up a little bit. They've been very busy. I'm using this deck probably at least 2 to 3 times a day, if not more, for my personal stuff, right? Not for readings for clients, nothing like that. Just for like my own personal stuff. I just enjoy, you know, working with them. Just pulled my card this morning on this one. So I've been tending to, because I'm still learning this one, I've been tending to use these, pull one of these in the morning, because I have to still go to the guidebook. And the guidebook is just, it's really quite big. So the guidebook is not near my bed. So what I've been doing is, let me just move this off to the side. So what I've been doing is just pulling this in the morning, pulling one of these in the morning, and then working with these just to give me my readings, whether that's in the evening before I go to bed, whatever's happening. Well, I'm having a really hard time getting straight here. Sorry about that. But yeah, like, just, I don't know, they're amazing together. I'm really enjoying their messages that they're delivering, the stuff that they're saying together. It took me a little bit to get on board with the she-wolf. The she-wolf was a little different for me. I don't know. I don't know why, but I kind of had to figure out like its language, I guess. Maybe create a connection with it. Because like if you have seen my other videos, I talked about how I did have a little bit of a hard time connecting with the she-wolf. My own personal things, nothing against the deck or the creator, because I know that it is much loved in the tarot community. But I just did. I had kind of a little bit of a hard time connecting with it. And I still do. Like, I still have little lapses in that where sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not quite clicking with it quite yet. I feel that it's delivering really, really good messages. Um, I feel that it's being a little repetitive. So I need to figure out if I'm having repetitive energies in my life or if maybe the deck needs to be kind of like reset a little bit. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But I found the begin to be a little repetitive. So maybe it's just like the reoccurring energies that I have in my life right now. But like, look at how beautiful they are together. I'm really enjoying my time with these two decks. Like a lot. Like visually stunning, right? But like I said in my last video, and I'll say it here again, I find that there's cards in the She-Wolf that don't fit. This one, the Saturn and Mercury card, I love them, but they don't fit. They kind of stick out like a sore thumb. And then there's a couple other cards in here that just they don't make sense. To me, they look like they're from a completely different deck. So that was kind of some of the things that I had a hard time with. I find that it just they don't necessarily blend some of these cards. And I don't know, I kind of find it annoying. But for the most part, I mean, they're beautiful and I've been really enjoying my time. So yeah, these are the decks that I was working with. So these are my June decks. And I'm really, really, like I said, enjoying my time with them. They're good. I'm getting used to the She-Wolf. We're getting on to mutual understanding, familiar grounds with each other. So we're doing good. And that's the whole reason why I do this and why I pick, um, two decks to work with very closely for the month. Because it's how I bond with them. It's how I learn how they read. It's how I, um, get to know them and we become friends. And then at that moment in time, if I'm not feeling it from them, then I move them on, right? If I'm feeling it, then they stay with me. Okay, so so those are decks that I've had, but those are my June decks. These are the decks that I brought in for June. So I'm just going to move a few things around here. So I've already kind of showed this one, but I brought in the Rackham. The Rackham filled a huge hole. Whoop. You see that? They're just like sliding on by. Filled a huge hole in my personal collection. I have like cards or decks, I should say, that they don't really fit with anything else. And this deck did that. They fit with it. So now I have kind of partners. I don't partner or pair off every single one of my decks, but I try to have at least one oracle that I can use with it, right? This deck is beautiful. I'm not sure when I'm going to start working with it. I'm trying to decide if it's a winter deck, a spring deck. I'm trying to decide where it fits for me. I'm almost kind of feeling it's like looking at the backgrounds, it gives me like a winter feel. But like the images, sorry, that's my phone going off. I always forget to turn it off. I'm really sorry. And then I get like a whole bunch of messages coming through because Indigo's opening in like 10 minutes. But yeah. So they're beautiful. But I don't know if I have like spring feels from, I don't really know. They kind of have all of the seasons depicted in it. So it's a very good universal deck as far as seasons. I feel like it's just maybe an everydayer, right? It doesn't fit necessarily every season or all of seasons all at once, right? So I haven't decided exactly when I'm going to use this and how I'm going to use this. But it is beautiful. I'm really glad that I brought this in. I bonded with it pretty fast and connected pretty fast. So It's good. It's not going anywhere. So I'll just have to find like a time slot that I'm going to work with it and how I'm going to work with it. Okay, so that was the Rackham. Then we have, excuse my reach, then we have the Handel, sorry, not Dell, Handel. This deck, I've already said, I've got my 2 cover cards that keep it protected. I'm going to fall in deep with this deck. I've already decided I'm waiting till the quiet season with Indigo and Soot Salt, and I'm going to really spend some time with this deck. This deck to me feels wintry. So maybe it's just because I'm really excited to work with it this winter. Like, I can't wait. I'm going to dive in deep with this one. I'm going to pick I'm going to pick an oracle. I actually think that in my video where I did the pairings with this, when I did like the flip through and the pairings, I think I'm going to pick like each one of those once a week, right? So every week I'll have a different oracle, and I'm going to work with the 4 oracles, but just with this deck, but 4 different oracles, right? So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do, because I can't wait to get into this deck. This deck and me, I'm like so excited. I can't wait. So that was one of the other decks that I brought in. I just got to get it all back into its tuck boxes. Yeah. I like that its tuck boxes roomy. So you don't have to worry about like damage happening. I appreciate that. All right, and then my other one that I got in was Dirt Gems, right? Good little book. A little crunchy. I feel like the spine is going to break on this. I don't know. We'll see. Oops, sorry, kind of dropped that. Made a lot of noise. Really like these cards. I really like the images. I think they're amazing. I think it's cool how they're divided into like 4 different suits. And I very much read them like tarot, where we've got, the blue symbol is cups. This symbol is pentacles. This symbol is swords, I believe. I haven't gotten to spend much time with this deck. And then the last one being solid red. This color here is wand energy. I really like them. I like the imagery. I like everything about them. However, I wish there was keywords. I keep saying this. I hate being bound to guidebooks. Like, I honestly, I don't like it. I do have my master's herbology. So, I mean, a lot of these make sense to me. Some of them are more tropical based, where I don't necessarily work with them very much. And so I don't know the plant well enough, I guess I should say. I like it. I honestly do. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, look how pretty they are. They're beautiful. I just wish there was keywords. And I'm going to keep saying this until, I swear to God, my tongue falls out. Put keywords on your cards. It makes them so much more user friendly. And for those of us that do not want to be bound to a guidebook, it allows us the ability to not turn to the guidebook, right? Unless we really want to do that with it, right? That's an amazing card. I love that nettle card. So, yeah, like, I wish I wasn't bound to the guidebook with this deck. I'm going to spend some time with it. I've got to really get down and do some stuff with it. I like its readings. I like what it has to say. Like, I don't want to be bound to the book. And that's like my biggest thing with it. But it's an amazing deck. It's beautiful. I love its colors. This kind of throws me off. Like we have so much color and then it's just like black and white or grayscale, I guess you could say. But I like it. I'm okay with it. It's just it's crazy to have like so much color in the deck and then grayscale. This is weird how these ones have a different colored backgrounds and all the rest are, you know, but I guess that one has a different color background. I don't know. It's a beautiful deck. I think I just need to spend some time with it. That's all. But I do like it, and I'm glad that I got it. I'm very much, you know, happy about it. And I know that they had a hell of a journey with this. They ran into a lot of problems. If you follow them on Instagram, these creators ran into a lot of trouble with their shipping company. So they had a rough go at things, right? But I'm glad that it's here. I'm going to spend some time with it. I need to figure out where I'm going to use it. Obviously, I feel, I don't know. I'll have to see how I'm going to fit this one in and when I'm going to fit this one in. Okay. Then, this has only been here a few weeks. I haven't even gotten the opportunity to do an unboxing on it yet, or not even an unboxing, a flip through, but Nature Nurture by Marcella Kroll. I'm in love with this deck. I really like it. The only problem is I wish it wasn't so small. So it's kind of more of a pocket deck or like a mini deck. Um, this is my stocking card of this deck. I see this owl all the time. I love the keywords. Amazing keywords. I absolutely love Marcella's work. And like absolutely love her decks. I love her sacred symbols. I like her nature nurture. I'm still trying to decide if I'm with the Dreamers Tarot. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to buy the indie edition or wait for the mass market. It's going to come out in October. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with that yet. But I wish this deck, the cards were bigger. I wish they were like sacred symbol size or even just a little bit, even a little smaller than that would be fine. But these are just, they're tiny, but they do pack a powerful punch. I really enjoy their messages. A very intuitive deck. Absolutely love it. Really connected and deep with it. I love it. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to make it kind of more of my, I'm going to maybe make it a permanent reader. Great short. So you've got like your titles, you've got your keywords, your keyword, a few more keywords, and then just a really brief description. Doesn't go into too much detail. There's not, you know, it's not overwhelming, a lot to read. I find with like, once again, let me get into the dirt gems here. Like there's a lot to go off of. And I feel like they still don't have keywords. I have to read this whole entire thing to pull out some keywords, and that makes it not user friendly. So that's kind of like my thing. And once again, it's my opinions. It's my opinions. I know when I want to work with decks, it needs to be easy for me to grab it, have my keywords right there. Like I said, I don't want to be bound to a guidebook. I don't want to be digging in through a book trying to find my answers. Um, but no, I love this little deck. Like I said, my only complaint is I just wish the cards were a little bit bigger. It's very much like Barbara Walker size. It might even be a little smaller than Barbara. Let's grab Barbara. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right. It's a little, I think it's going to be a little smaller. Yeah. So, I mean, it's even smaller than Barbara, right? Let's pick one that has, and that really, like, it's very small. It's like very small micro. Ugh, I do. I wish it was bigger. Like, I even have a hard time sometimes with Barbara because she's so small. And I'm just kind of like, ugh. I mean, they have their places. When you're doing great, big, huge, massive, like your spreads and stuff like that. I mean, mini decks, mini tins, and all that stuff is excellent for that. But I do. I wish that this was bigger. This deck would have been phenomenal at a larger size. So if anyone out there that's, what is it, Union? I forget what her company is that works with her Union something. Maybe it says on here. No, it doesn't. Marcella, if you're listening, this deck is freaking fantastic. Just make it a little bit bigger, please. I want to get really lost into this artwork. But with that said, they're very small cards, but look at the size and how clear these fonts are. Amazing. So it's a powerful little deck. It really is. I just wish, like I said, they were a little bit bigger because I really like to get lost in the artwork. And I sometimes find it hard with these the littler decks, right? But love it, love it, love it. Super happy it's here. Connected very deeply with it. And then while I purchased the Nature Nurture, I brought in her Priestess book. Got a little ding in it. See? Kind of sucks. This is crumpled, this corner too, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I feel like everything just shows up damaged nowadays. I really like this book. I think it's really cool. She has like a little story at the beginning here. And she's got just different little like incantations. She's got, things about how to do like your ancestral healing. She's got her astrology stuff in here, all of your symbols. So it's very much like a grimoire, right? With her artwork and all these little mantras, whatever you want to say. You've got your pagan holidays, your wheel of the year, how to break spells, curses, or enchantments that are used against you. And I love that there's so much art in it, right? And so much of her art. I really enjoy her art. So 10 signs of a psychic attack. And all of these different things that you can be encountering if you're having a psychic attack. Your 7 major earth chakras, which is really cool. So it's all the different spots all over earth. The different chakras that go with it, right? Blessings. Don't borrow pain from your future. All about forgiving everything, right? And then she brings in here crystals, different crystals that she works with. How to cleanse your crystals. So very much like a working grimoire, right? Self-love jar, little spells. I like it. I think it's a really neat little book. I used to have this painted on a rock in my backyard. I hand painted it on. Your black salt recipes. Heartbreak and recovery. Casting a circle. Keeping the faith. A really neat book. I don't think I've ever seen a book really like this. It's very like I feel like I'm looking into someone's like book, right? Like it's really like their personal grimoire. So like it's really quite interesting. She's got your moon phases. I like that everything's here and fast to grab, right? I don't have my own personal grimoire. I don't have the time. Like, and honestly, I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I spend so much time ripping pages out to redo them that I end up with like no book, right? So this works for me because this is already done and looks good. So I love that she has the angel numbers in here. It's awesome. What does she have in here? Right here. Now she just talks about how to do it. Okay. Your psychic, she put in her 4 C's, which is awesome, but there's more than that, but these are like your top ones, right? Your clear seeing, clear hearing, clear feeling, clear knowing. It's weird because I collect skeleton keys. I have a skeleton key collection. I started when I was a little girl. I found one. There used to be like this amusement park where I grew up and lived. It doesn't exist anymore. But the one time I was on like that, I forget they were called the swings, where they're like that big, huge thing that's all swings and it flies and it goes tilts and you know what I'm talking about. Um, I was on that ride and there was like these keys that were like right at my feet when I went to get on the swings, right? And I picked up the keys and it was like one skeleton key, like just on a keychain. So it was really, really strange. There was no other keys on it. It was just one skeleton key. I still have it. It's kind of similar to this one here in a way, like that one or this one. I feel it's more like this. Um, and then that started it. And now I have all kinds of they just find their way to me and I don't even know how I keep finding them, but they just keep finding their way to me. So skeleton keys represent knowledge and access. Possessing a key can gain your access and set boundaries. They can be used as a talisman of protection, safe travel, as a tool to get from one place to another with ease and grace. Can be hung from doorways for protection. Also used for opening roads and calling spirits. Very interesting. It's interesting that says hung from doorways. I actually tie strings around them and I just hang them on like doorknobs of like my bedroom or like other places, right? So very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Really cool. She's got some back spots, like some stuff back here for notes. If you want to write in it yourself. I feel like you can color this if you really honestly wanted to. I don't know. I thought it was a really cool book. I'm excited that I have it. I considered returning it, like everything, right? I say that all the time. I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna maybe return it. And I did. I was like, oh, maybe I don't want this. I'll maybe return it. And then it got here and I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it because I love Marcella's stuff. I really do. I like her decks. I like her podcast. I like all of her stuff. So, like I'm down with it. So excuse my reach. I like Marcella's stuff. I think her stuff is amazing. So, all right, that was my June stuff. I mean, obviously, I have my little crystals too. I'm not moving that big crystal ball. It weighs too much. And I don't want to drop it and like bust my finger or fall off the table and go through my floor. But yeah, so here's my June T and C. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on, but enough. Like I said, my purchasing is slowing down. I'm just gonna kind of sit with my collection for a while, spend some time with it, do a bunch of readings. I have my decks that I picked for the month that I'm going to be spending time with, and then obviously filling in the gaps with other stuff and learning about other stuff. But I think like I really want to start making, like I said, I'm really choosing my purchases, and I want to fill holes in my collection. Um, I don't need to keep getting the same thing over and over and over, or, not, I mean, they're all unique and individual on their own, right? All of the decks are. But I have certain oracles that don't go with things. I have certain tarot that don't go with things. So I'm just going to work on bringing stuff in to kind of fill those gaps, right? So that's kind of where I'm at and what I'm choosing to do. And plus, like, it's just things are too inflated right now. Like, it's absolutely insane what people are asking for things. So I'm just gonna kind of hang back and work on my stuff. I own, like, I'm a small business owner. I own Soot and Salt and Indigo, and I sell all kinds of stuff here. And I have not I've only adjusted my prices if I've had to because my supplier has increased their prices. But to tell you honest to God truth, I don't know if I'm just really lucky, but my suppliers haven't increased their prices a whole heck of a lot. So my stuff is very much the same prices that it's kind of been at this point. So I don't know. I've been lucky enough to not fall into that trap of having to inflate things. So hopefully it stays like that for a while, right? But, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed your new moon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this was kind of like what I've been working on in June in a way. I mean, obviously, then my two decks that I'm reading with, which is She Wolf and Begin. So I've been working with those. Let me grab those and put those into the frame too. So yeah, these are my June decks I'm reading with, everything with. But this is about to switch out, and I'm going to be switching to, I believe my next deck is the Kaleka, and the Liminal Space is my July decks. So I'm going to be working with those next, which is really cool. And I'm going to start, you'll have to watch. It might not be your thing. It might be your thing. But I'm going to start doing readings on here. Just like pick a pile readings, kind of, I'm going to try to stick to like a full moon, new moon reading. I'm going to start bringing more general readings in just for the collective, not getting specific. So if it's your thing, I'm going to try to carve out time to start doing those for my channel. Like I said, I already did the one. So let's hope that I'm able to kind of keep that ball rolling and I'm able to start doing that. I've never really done pick a pile readings. So it's going to be kind of like my first go at it. Obviously, I am a professional reader. I do readings here at Indigo Moon. But I haven't really done like the pick a piles. So I'm kind of figuring out how I want to do that right now. And then once I do, I'm going to start doing it. Because I think it's so interesting and I'm actually really drawn to it. So because I'm drawn to it, I'm going to start doing it and I'm going to involve it in my channel. So keep your eyes open for that. That'll be coming hopefully soon. But yeah, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you've liked it, subscribe, thumbs up, all that lovely stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.